Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Wild Bill Kelso 194 here, and today I am going to review for you the Panzerjager Mark 1. This is my first World of Tanks video I've ever uploaded to YouTube, so bear with me. The Panzerjager Mark 1 is a Tier 2 German tank destroyer. It's perfect for a noob like me. Of course, mine is equipped with the upgrades such as the Czech Skoda 4.7cm Pak L-43 gun. It's also equipped with the Maybach HL38TR engine, and it also has the upgraded tracks. I like this vehicle. It's a good little tank destroyer for the Tier 2s. It's a pretty fast vehicle too. When you're going across flat terrain, you could achieve up to 30 miles an hour, which is pretty good. And you're going to see here just how fast I can go when it's going down a steep incline like this. I can go up to about 50 miles an hour, a little over 50 miles an hour. I also like its gun. Its gun really does pack a punch when you score a direct hit on an enemy vehicle, as you'll see right here. You can see this guy, boom. I just took his health from 100% to 15%, and there's a couple more tanks I see. There's one up there on top of the hill. I fire at him, pop off some rounds at him, scored some hits. And there's another guy in front of me. He's shooting at me. I see him. I fire back. And, of course, I destroy him. Boom. And I'm going to take this guy out as well up there. Boom. But, yeah, besides this tank's advantages, it does have some disadvantages. One of those disadvantages is its gun. Not the firepower of the gun itself, but the fact that it doesn't rotate 360 degrees like on some other tanks or tank destroyers that you have in World of Tanks. It only moves side to side in the front. And that's a problem, especially when you've got enemy tanks or tank destroyers coming at you from either your right flank, your left flank, or from directly behind you, because in order to aim the gun at them, you got to turn the entire vehicle around in order to aim at them, and hopefully if you're not dead by then, you'll be able to pop off some shots at them and hopefully take them out before they take you out. And another disadvantage this tank destroyer possesses is its lack of armor. The armor on this vehicle is very, very thin. If a guy comes around and he hits you in the right spot, it's game over. That's about it. All I can say about that. The armor is just really, jump over that. But yeah, the armor is just really super thin on this tank destroyer. But I do like the speed of it. As you can see, I'm achieving between 30 and 35 miles an hour. The maneuverability is pretty good on it. I like the maneuverability of it. I like this part. Just watch this. I come around the corner. There's one enemy tank left on the enemy team. Boom. I finish him off. Final kill. But yeah, to give you guys... to give you guys a little bit of history on the Panzerjager Mark 1, it was actually the first tank destroyer to be used by the Germans during the Second World War. Production began in 1940, and what's interesting is the Germans used converted Panzer I tanks in order to produce the Panzerjager Mark 1s. Originally, this tank destroyer was to be used in battle against the heavy French tanks like the Char B1. Between 1940 and 1941, a total of 202 Panzer I tanks were converted into the Panzerjager Mark I. And this tank destroyer saw combat during the Battle of France when the Germans invaded France in 1940. It saw action in North Africa fighting against the British in 1941 and into 1942. And it also saw action on the Eastern Front in Russia in June 1941 and towards the end of 1942. The first series of Panzerjager Mark 1s were built in 1940, and a total of 132 of them were built in 1940, and the remainder Panzerjager Mark 1s were built in 1941. During the Battle of France, the German anti-tank battalions 521, 616, 643, and 670 used Panzerjager Mark 1s, but only anti-tank battalion 521 saw action in France, and the reason why was because the other battalions were still in training. So that's the reason why only 521 saw action in France. Later on, another anti-tank battalion was raised, anti-tank battalion 605, and they were equipped with Panzerjager Mark 1s, and they saw action in North Africa between 1941 and 1942. And later on, when the Germans invaded Russia in Operation... Oh, hold on. What's going on here? Oh, there's 2 enemy tanks coming over. I'm going to pop off some rounds at them. Boom. Scored a hit. I score another hit on this guy on a cruiser. And boom. I finished off that cruiser. And there's another tank. I just caused some damage to an L-60. And, oh, I took him out as well. All right. 2 in a row. Go for me. But yeah, back to where I was. When Operation Barbarossa commenced in June 1941, anti-tank battalions 521, 529, 616, 643, and 670 were equipped with a total of 135 Panzerjager Mark 1s for Operation Barbarossa. And, oh, what's going on here? Oh, scored a hit on a RV-72. Scored another hit on him. And, oh, there's another tank. What is that? Oh, it's a medium Mark III tank. And he sees me. Aw, crap, and he's shooting at me. Come on, get him. It's either you or him, and it's definitely not going to be you. Get him. Get him. Finish him off. Oh, that's it. 6% health. Come on, get him. Oh, the other guy got him. Oh, well. What can you do? I still got those 2 other guys, and I caused damage on those guys, too, as well. So, can't have everything. But yeah, the Panzerjager Mark I saw action in Russia up until the end of 1942, when it started to be replaced by bigger and better anti-tank destroyers, such as the Stug, for example. Oop. Get out of there. Get out of there. I've just been zeroed in by enemy artillery. You all know the rule of the game. Once you're zeroed in by enemy artillery, it's time to move. That's the rule of the game, folks. Of course you all know that. That's common sense. Everybody knows that. During the war, crews... The main part of the tank destroyer that the crews during the Second World War gave favorable reviews over was its gun. Its gun was actually very effective. However, the tank destroyer as a whole really wasn't given that good reviews. I've read original reports saying that, you know, the engine was overworked, the armor was too thin, visibility was poor, and made an easy target. Because of its height, it made an easy target for enemy artillery. So yeah, that's that. But I like it. That's what matters when it comes to this game. This next clip I'm going to show you guys just confirms my status as a noob. I used to play World of Tanks 2 years ago. I use a MacBook, and unfortunately the software I had to download in order to make World of Tanks compatible on my system stopped working for whatever reason, and so I had to stop playing. But I just recently downloaded it, and it works on my MacBook again, so here I am again playing it. But I may have looked like what I was doing in those previous 2 clips. No. I just got lucky in those last 2 clips. In reality, I stink when it comes to playing. I get picked off very, very quickly in most of my games that I play. And in this clip, I just get absolutely creamed, and it's like I was asking for it, really. It really was. But yeah, for those of you who are familiar with this map, on the left or the right, depending on where you start, there's a huge hill with a castle on top of it, and you can go up that hill. My original plan was I was going to go up that hill, go around, and see if I can pick off any enemy tanks either in their own territory, or I would sit up on top of the hill and see if I could pick off any enemy tanks using the height advantage that I have to overlook the entire battlefield. But as you're going to see, that did not pan out as to the way I would hoped. And so I'm just going to go up this road and see if I can go up the hill. Ooh, you let me through? You let me go around? You let me through? Nope. Okay, I see how it is. Oh well. Just going to go this way. Thanks for that. That's just what I needed. That's exactly what I needed. Oh well, what can you do? But yeah, as you can see, going up a steep incline isn't good for any tank or tank destroyer. Your speed just is reduced. It's nice if you're on top of the hill and you shoot at the guy coming up at you, but it's not good if you're the guy that's actually going up. Yep, I'm just going to go, as you can see, I go up this hill. I'm going to see if I can go either around if the area is clear, or I'm just going to stay up on top of the hill and see if I can pick off guys. But I'm completely oblivious as to what's in front of me, because you can see there's an enemy tank right there, and he starts shooting at me, and before I even have time to respond, he immediately goes back behind the hill. And there's this other tank that comes out to play, and I start popping off shots at him. I take him out, but before I can respond, this guy comes back, and boom. Noob status confirmed. Oh well, what can you do? I'm just in it for the fun. I'm just here to have fun. I know a lot of people get really, really competitive and amped up when they play this game and other games like this, like World of Warships. But me, I'm just in it to, pass time and have fun and, have a fun 20, 25 minutes. But yeah, overall, I really do like this tank destroyer. I'll definitely be playing more of the Panzerjager Mark 1 and more other Tier 2 tanks and tank destroyers I'll be playing as, and I'll be uploading those videos as well in the near future. Along with World of Tanks, I'll also be uploading videos and replays from games like World of Warships, Star Wars Battlefront, War Thunder, Battlefield 1, all kinds of good stuff that I hope you guys will watch and enjoy. In this final clip I'm going to show you guys, I just get creamed again. It just goes to further confirm how much of a noob I really am when it comes to this game. My original plan of attack was I was going to go ahead on this street, and there's a bush all the way out in front. I'll show you guys in a little bit once the match gets underway. So I was going to go out like this, straight ahead, and there's a bush. You see that bush all the way out in front? Not the one next to the house, but the one in front of it. I was going to hide behind that and see if I could pick off any enemy vehicles that come my way, but this guy that you see who just went ahead of me, he gets there first. So quickly I had to come up with an alternative plan, so I decided I was going to go around. I was going to hide behind this house, and when I say hide, I was going to plow into it, just like that, and wait and see. And I poke my nose out, like the idiot that I am, and wait and see to see if any enemy vehicles come by. And here comes this guy. I start shooting, and I miss the first time. I hit him the second time. I was going to finish him off, but then just watch. Not paying attention, I start getting hammered by a Panzer II in front of me. I start to panic, I shoot off, I miss, I try to turn to get behind the building, and boom! Taken out by a Panzer II. Oh well, what can you expect? Somebody's got to die, somebody's got to be the one to die, and I guess it was just my turn. Oh well, but like I said, I'm just in it to have fun. I'm just in it to have a good time. When you start getting competitive, at least in my case, I start to stop enjoying the game. But yep, until I start uploading my next video, which will be very, very soon, I will see you all later. Yep, take care, folks.